And these are all African elephants because they're, of course, in Africa. But another way you can tell is by looking at the shape of their ears. They're kind of shaped like the continent of Africa itself. And by flapping those ears, they can cool off by about 15 degrees. It's pretty cool. I wish Mash could do that. That one's splashing butter herself, just like we talked about. That natural sunscreen. And we see some more down here, a little bit closer to us. You may have heard that an elephant never forgets. That's pretty true. They have great memories. They can remember events, places, even elephants do in herds. They're very, very smart. Such a little baby elephant right there too. She's laying in the dirt, rolling around. She's so cute. Elephants do have the longest pregnancy out of any animal. 22 months. That's almost 2 years of being pregnant. But babies are 300 pounds when they're born, so they have a lot of growing to do in there. Also over to the left, these are greater flamingo. These ones here were nesting recently. All the eggs have hatched, and the gray ones on the island, those are baby flamingos. And yeah, they're actually pretty gray in color when they're hatched. Not all that white or pink. It takes them about a year to get that pink color, which they get from their diet of brine shrimp, which is high in beta-carotene. If you see any with their heads upside down in the water, that is how they eat, because they're filter feeders. They stand about 5 feet tall when they're fully grown, making them the largest of all the flamingos. They're also the lightest colored pink, and a group of flamingo like that has a really fun name. It's called a flamboyance. But right about there, that's my favorite view in the entire reserve. You got the baobab tree, the elephants, flamingos, baby flamingos, safari truck. It's like a postcard. But one thing right in that picture are poachers. They're a really big threat out here. And they do target animals like elephants for their tusks made of ivory, rhinos for their horns, and even lions and cheetahs for their fur coats. And poachers are really well financed and have a lot of high-tech tools and sophisticated hunting methods, so it's tough for us to keep up. But these animals also suffer from habitat loss due to human encroachment. Because the more humans there are, the more land we need, and the less land there is left for these animals. One way that you can help is by recycling your old electronic devices and cell phones. There's a mineral in there called coltan, which is mined where a lot of these animals, but especially the elephants, live. So by recycling them, you reduce the need to keep mining there, saving the land for the elephants. But coming up on these hills to the left, I have been seeing some cheetahs lurking around. You'll have to look extra carefully, because cheetahs are really great at camouflaging, especially when it comes to this one. They are the fastest land mammal. They can reach speeds of 70 miles an hour. But they can only hold that speed for about 20 seconds. They can also go from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds, and a group of cheetahs is called a coalition. They have black stripes that come down from their eyes, so kind of like a pair of sunglasses for them. They'll attract sunlight away from their eyes so they don't get blinded by the sun. It's the same reason you'll see football players put black into their eyes. They get their inspiration from cheetahs. Oh, I see 2 on this next tail here. One's a little bit easier to see than the other one. It's look for the lightest tan spot over there. That's a cheetah, and then the other one is just to the right of that one. They're both laying down back in the brushland there. Look like spotted logs. And cheetahs are the only large cat that hunts during the day, has non-retractable claws, and that purrs. But we're going to be coming up on a Kopi rock formation next, and this will be a great place to look for lions. They like to climb up to the top of the rocks. Gives them a great vantage point to look out for any prey that might be around. A pride will typically consist of about 15 to 20 lions, just one male, the rest females. You can always tell the male by their beautiful mane, and manes do help protect their necks during fights. But in a pride, it is the females that do most of the hunting. Males stay back and guard the territory and the cubs. But they do sleep for about 16 to 20 hours out of the day. They're much more active at night. That's why they do a lot of their hunting, because their eyesight gets 6 times better in the dark, whereas it's about equal to humans during the day. They're also a lot more vocal at night, and a lion's roar can be heard 5 miles away. And the word for lion in Swahili is, of course, Simba. But they must have found a nice shady spot to take a nap for a while. Can't say I blame them. It is pretty hot out here today. Oh, but coming up to the left, I do see a warthog. Warthogs are the largest burrowing land mammal. They dig out those burrows and then back in with their tusks facing outwards to protect against predators. And while Simba does mean lion in Swahili, Pumbaa does not mean warthog. It means silly or foolish. Poor Pumbaa. And then coming up on the right-hand side, you'll see some zebras and some white rhinos. Each zebra's stripes are unique to that zebra, sort of like a fingerprint is to us. And their stripes do act as a form of camouflage, but they don't really help them blend into the background much. They're more for confusing predators. That way they can't tell when one zebra starts or ends. They can't target any one zebra out of a herd. But they're also pretty good at defending themselves. Their kick can break a lion's jaw. Like I said, white rhino straight back by the bushes there. And then a bit closer to us, you'll see ostrich eggs just under that tree in the dirt. Each egg weighs about 3 pounds. That's equal to 2 dozen chicken eggs each. And an adult human can stand on one and it won't break. But I would not recommend testing that out. Ostriches are the largest bird in the world. They're also flightless, but they use their wings to help steer them while they're running. It helps them change direction a lot quicker and smoother since they can run up to 40 miles an hour. And the way you can tell a female from a male ostrich is by looking at the color of their feathers. Females have gray feathers, whereas males have black feathers. And speaking of colors, white rhinos are not actually that white in color, even under all the mud and dirt they roll around in. They're named for the Swahili word "vite," which means wide, which refers to the shape of their mouth, which is much wider than that of the black rhino. When Westerners heard it, they thought the locals were saying white. That's why they're still called white rhinos today. It was all just a big misunderstanding. And then over to the right, you'll see some yellow-billed storks. They're carnivorous birds. They'll eat lizards, fish, frogs, but even other smaller birds. And the way that they fish is just by sticking their beaks down into the water, open. They wait for something to swim in between, and then just snap it closed. Nice and easy. But a lot of the animals that we saw here today are endangered, and some are on the brink of extinction, and they need your help. Because some you've maybe never heard of before, so you don't know how much danger they're in. But even some of your favorite animals, like giraffes, elephants, cheetahs, and rhinos are really close to extinction. And if we don't protect them, they won't be around for much longer, because extinction is forever. There's an old saying, we do not inherit the earth from our parents, we only borrow it from our children. And I, for one, would really hate if the world that our kids and grandkids lived in didn't have elephants, giraffes, and the other beautiful creatures that we saw there today. So we all need to do our part to protect them. The easiest way to do that is just to learn and care about these animals, because the more we know, the better we can help. And the more you know, the more knowledge you can share with your family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, classmates, or just anyone who'll listen, and the more they can help too, spreading our conservation message even further. And you can make a difference just by coming on the safari today, learning about these animals, making a connection with them, and beginning to care. That means you're going to be more inclined to help. And I really hope that you do, because you can make that difference. Now, I won't actually be dropping you off over here. I'm going to be taking you back up to that same dock where I picked you up, just in case you left anything behind. So I'm going to call the warden really quickly to let them know we're on our way back.